Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Absolutely great to have you along. Welcome to my next episode, which is my tester camp. As you can see, it's a pretty decent looking tent. Just watching the sun go down behind the trees, listening to the birds. It's nice though. Yeah, that is nice. Just missing one thing. I really hope you can hear all these bird noises this morning. So here I am tonight in our wild camping field, not too far from home. It's time to get the kit out, set it all up, and iron out any problems that might arise for any future adventures. Let's get on with it. So let's get cracking. Let's start with the tent. Okay, so let's have a quick look around this Fango F10 series Helium 2 Ultralight. I made a little mark on the H there so I could tell which side the vestible's on. As you can see, it's a pretty decent looking tent. It's got doors on both sides, vestibule on one side. It's got 4 guy out points, one on each side, one on each end, with vents underneath the flap there. And underneath there, it's got a clip on the bottom. And it's got a double zip as well, as you can see there, so you can open the top up there for a bit of ventilation as well. Opening it up then, you can see it's got quite a decent sized vestibule in there. But what I do like about this tent is, if you need to, you can just unclip it down here like so, and you can push it back for a bigger vestibule. Okay, so let's open up the inside and have a look. As you can see, very spacious. It is a 2-person tent, but it's more like a 1.5. So you've got a vent down that end, the other door, and the other vent down that end. It does have these 2 cords here as well, there and up there. And reading up on it, it looks like you can tighten them up in high winds, and it gives a little bit more rigidity into the structure of the tent. Okay, let's get the inside set up. Okay, so this is the big Agnes Rapide SL. This is the regular wide. Comes up with this blow up bag. Let's see how many times it takes us to fill it up. Okay, I make that 8 and a little bit of air from the lungs. So let's get this sleeping system all set up inside. So as you can see, got the sleeping mat, sleeping bag and a Trekology pillow all ready to go, and got all that room down there for the rest of my kit. I'm really impressed with the size of this. Let's get the rest in. Okay, so first little tester. As soon as I turned up, absolutely inundated with midges and flies, and they are my one big bugbear, pardon the pun, but they love me. They literally eat me alive. So that's why I've got this Flexitail mosquito repellent. I've also got Smidge, and I've also got some anti-mosquito wipes. So first thing I did was put this on. The green setting is for inside a tent, gives you about a 10-foot radius, and it seems to be doing the job. There seems to be a bit of a exclusion zone around the tent now, which is brilliant, so I can get back out there and get the rest of my stuff in. So that's a good first result. Okay, so let's have a quick look round. As you can see, there's lots of room here. There's my layers, tent bag, waterproofs, wee bottle just in case, and then I've got all this room, and then I've got my backpack at the bottom. I might still put it there yet, I'm not sure, but if I do, then I'm wondering if it will restrict me pulling this back for when I cook later, but that's something I'll figure out later. All my cooking stuff ready to go. So I've got my fold up cup, the Tabasco sauce, Jetboil, a boil in a bag, and a dehydrated meal, and a chocolate bar and a hot chocolate, and a coffee for morning. Just watching the sun go down behind the trees, listening to the birds. Okay, first thing we're going to try is this Firepot Ariso pasta bolognese. Looks like you just open it up, take the oxygen absorber out, pour in the boiling water, stir well, and let stand for 15 minutes. Okay, so I think that's roughly at the 4th level, which is on the side here. So let's give it a good stir. And close it up. And I'll bring you back in about 15 minutes time. Okay, that's 15 minutes up. Let's see what the food's like. Doesn't look too appealing, if I'm honest. Okay, you see that? It's nice though. Yeah, that is nice. Just missing one thing. Tabasco sauce. All the ex-military out there will know. Put this in anything, makes it taste that little bit better. Yeah, that's good. Maybe a few more minutes needed. There's a few little crunchy bits in there, but that is nice. Like I say, I'm no expert, but that was nice. 635 calories for one serving. I'd give that a 8 out of 10, and I'd definitely buy that again. So, yep, thumbs up for that one. I was gonna boil this up for pudding, but I'm really not that hungry, to be honest. Now, I do have a lot of experience in boiling the bags, and for the most part, they are good. They're just that little bit heavier than the dehydrated stuff. This chocolate brownie one is amazing, and the pork sausage and beans that they do is brilliant. But I'm going to save this one for another day. Time now to get a hot chocolate on the go just before bed. Sea to Summit collapsible mug. Brilliant little bit of kit. Okay, so that's me fed, watered, and now tucked up in bed. Temperature inside is 18.5 degrees. Temperature outside is 15.5 degrees. So there's already a slight variation in temperature. I think the sleeping bag and sleeping mat that I've got will be more than enough for tonight, but I've also got my thermals just in case. I think what I'd like to do moving forward as well is to have a bit of a Q&A, a little bit of a chat, just for a few minutes every night. I think I'd like to call it Wondering About. So what can be included in this? Pretty much anything. Any questions that you ask, any comments that you make, I might reply to. But I think I'd also like to put questions out there as well. Good morning. I really hope you can hear that bird chorus that's going on. Very noisy, but very beautiful. It's around about 5 o'clock in the morning. I've had a good solid 6 hours sleep, which is good for me. I think the only thing that's woken me up really is daylight and the noise of the birds. I was snug all night. It's a good sleeping bag, this. for the range it's designed for. And this sleeping mat, oh, really comfy and warm. You can actually feel the heat bouncing back off it, if that makes sense. And having a little pillow just to raise your head a bit made all the difference as well. So all in all, really good night. I do wish I had some more weather conditions, but can't really argue with what's gone on so far. And so I guess it's time to get up and get the kettle on. I really hope you can hear all these bird noises this morning. It's so loud, but it's so beautiful. A lot of condensation in the tent this morning on the inner side of the outer fly, but I guess that's to be expected. When you look around, it is very tall grass that I'm in, and there's no wind whatsoever. So when I get home later, it's meant to be dry all day. I'll just stick it on the line for a few minutes and that should dry it out nicely. But time to get the kettle on and have a morning coffee. Cheers. Okay, so I've now had my morning coffee. Excuse the bags under the eyes, but I did actually get a pretty decent night's sleep. I normally only get 5 to 6 hours anyway, so getting a good solid 6 hours is a good result. So the only thing left to do now is to pack away. Okay, so we're all packed up now. Just have a quick walk around, make sure I haven't left any kit or equipment behind, any rubbish, which I haven't. Leave no trace. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. That was a really good test night. All in all, big success. There's a few little things I need to think about, but nothing too major, just little tweaks. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you all again soon, and take care.